What's going on, everybody? It's Amster X back with another chapter review. Today we have 1191 of One Piece. And right off the rip, I feel like this is just like a whatever chapter. I feel like this is starting to drag a little bit. I know it's a main event, but I think the problem right now that we're having with One Piece in this arc, and I think, don't get me wrong, I think Elbaph started off fire. A lot of lore, a lot of lore dumps, and, I think we're about to get another one. We've gotten so much lore, but I think it's starting to drag a little bit because I think we know that this isn't the end of Emu, like this is the beginning. So we're just kind of like, all right. So I just kind of ready to move on. I think it's lingered a little too long unless he does something drastic, which I don't think he's gonna do. I think it's just gonna do a drastic power up, and Emu's gonna go back. But I think we gotta hurry up. We gotta pick up this pace a little bit. But now we're about to get another lore dump with Biblo, and I don't really like this panel here of Scopper saying like, oh, he could be God. Like, I would have liked if he would have been like the devil. Like, I think that would have been more relevant. I don't really like that he referred to him as God. I like this panel here. I should have eliminated all of them. And he's like, I wish I failed to foresee what would become. Which is interesting, by the way. Like, I feel like that's like kind of the whole theme of the story is like, future prophecy, and for him to admit that he didn't see, what was to come. But then we have here Biblo looking at him like very like, I know who you are. Like you're. So, the one theory is that, we've been seeing for a long time that Chopper's really the forest god. So maybe Biblo's here is going to lore dump and be like, I know, I recognize who you are. You know what I mean? It's almost like I can see that you're the god. Right, so we might get a lore dump, and then that's going to be how Chopper's going to be able to really, because he's already a doctor and the forest god, healing. So he's going to be able to like heal everyone with his newfound powers, and that's something that we can assume is going to happen next. See, we got Harjadine. I say his name. Get a nice hit on. It's one of these where like everyone's got to get a hit, like. I don't know. I get dragged. That's when I start getting like checked out, to be honest. This is how I start losing my interest in One Piece when Oda's like, yo, let's like everybody beat up on the main guy. And it's like, all right. No, not everybody's getting a lick off. That's just not happening. Like he's getting a hit and then Loki's like, I'm going to get a hit. And then it's like, all right. So I don't know how I feel about this chapter. I just feel like One Piece is just like, it does this where I'm like, you're sick. Like, I think this is one of the only series where it has the highest highs and the lowest of lows. Like, I feel like One Piece is like, it's just in that, it's always been like that, and I think that's why it also gets the hate and it gets the love it does. Because when the highs are high, I don't think there's really anything like it. When you're like, whoa, I love this scene, this moment of One Piece. Like, that's what everybody goes to One Piece for, is the emotional weight of these stories, or whatever the arc storyline is like, it hits like crack. And then you have these moments where, like, there's moments in Dressrosa or Zoo or something like that where people are like, yo, this is just dragging. And I feel like Egghead was, to me, because I dropped it, just before Egghead, and then I picked it back up during Egghead because I was like, wow, this feels like One Piece. Egghead to me felt like, holy crap, One Piece is back in that type of Water 7, Enies Lobby type of bag, and it felt like it. Like, characters were all there, having fun, joking, but the intensity was there. There was sad moments. I was like, this is One Piece. That's One Piece. Like, and the fact that it flowed though. And that's the thing, because like Kuma was a character that we already dealt with. And then we get to Elbaph, and don't get me wrong, it's good, but it just felt like just lore dump after lore dump after lore dump. And it's like, and I don't know, I think this arc, is rated really highly right now because of the lore dumps, but like I think if we, once we get to the end, I think people will look back and be like, Elbaph was okay. I think Elbaph is just okay. Because It's just really used as an arc to tell a story, the lore that we've always wanted. But I feel like it could have came at a different time. Like I feel like this is the time where not to beat a dead horse, but like we should have got the Usopp. We should have got the Usopp power up. This is the time. Usopp, where is he? Like we're getting a chopper. We're getting a chopper power up over Usopp power. Like there is, like we got the Robin connection. Like this is not the time to be lore dumping to me. Like I know Scopper's here, and it makes sense. Like thematically, he's here. We need to know why he's here, but we didn't even know why he's here. Yes, he got a girl, but like there was never in those backstories we like see like, oh, I'm going to Elbaph. There was never any of that. So it's just like, you didn't even need to tell us this backstory. We could have just kept it pushing until it naturally came out. Like, we met Bonnie and Egghead. The memory wiping and all that, like, it played into what was happening. Loki's backstory didn't play into what was happening to me. Yes, the chains and I don't know. To me, I don't know. Elbaph is just like, so far, to be honest, I'm going to give Elbaph, because we're clearly wrapping up. Like, we probably got, maybe 10 more chapters of Elbaph? Maybe. I could be lying. I mean, I just think it only needs 10 more. Like, Jesus, wrap this up. And I'd probably give it a 5. Honestly, I'd probably give it a 5. I think Egghead is a 10 out of 10 arc. Like, genuinely, Egghead is a 10 out of 10 arc. And I think that's my problem, is that, like, we go from a 10 out of 10, like, highest of highs. We're seeing Joy Boy. We're seeing, what's his name? E something. Oh, I'm going blank. Remember the robot? Oh, I'm going blank on the name. But anyway, we see him. He takes off the belt. He's like, "You always be here to protect me." And I'm like, "Yo, this is so crazy, so sad." Like I was like, "Yo, only." And hold on, this is my point. Only Oda can make a one chapter where we see this robot and you instantly feel sad. Like I instantly was like, damn, I'm upset now. Like I'm genuinely sad. And that's why I said the highs are so high. Like he takes off the belt for Luffy and I was like, yo, and then has there been be honest, has there been a moment like that on this arc? Have you, did you genuinely feel like you got so many moments in that last arc? Kuma, Luffy, Kizaru, just too much. It was too much. There's too many. Just the Bonnie shit. Like, is there any moments that rival that in this arc? And I'm not saying that, like, every arc. Well, yeah, I think every arc should have highs of highs, and like, I don't even think the Emu like this fight has been that good, honestly. I don't. I don't know. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. Just let me know what you guys are thinking about One Piece right now. Like, and I know, and that's the thing. Like, you can't have a bad opinion about One Piece because I think like every single person on YouTube is like, absolutely glazing it. Like, if you even say something's wrong with it, like, my views won't, my channel won't get any views, but it's whatever. I just, I'm always going to be honest and speak my mind about what I'm reading. So let me know what you guys think about this chapter. Amstrix out.